whatever your body needs, you're allowing it to be and work through. Like you're surrendering to your instincts. You're surrendering to what your body needs to repair. You're surrendering to what your body needs to replay, for what, that emotion or what you shoved under the rug earlier today and you didn't have time to process yet. Hey mama, welcome to Naturally Empowered Living, your safe space to guiding you on your unapologetic self-awakening journey to learning your energy of alignment and feeling good again. This is your weekly sanctuary to wake up from autopilot and transform the way you approach motherhood and life through the power of meditation, energetics, and root cause therapy. It's my mission to help you embody the foundations of self-love, trust, and inner connection to be unapologetic in the evolution of who you are. Here, we honor all parts of ourselves, the messy and the magic, the shadows and the light. If you are ready to get to the roots of cultivating real change, warm up that cold coffee, pop in your earbuds, and tighten that top knot, mama. Let's discover our power within together. What is up, beautiful mama? How are you? I cannot believe that we are over 100 episodes of the show. As I make a little outline and update my episode list and whatever, I'm just like, episode 101. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. That's just so cool. That's so awesome. I just thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart. Just so full of gratitude for having the show and for having you here. And I say a prayer before every single episode. Help bring the listeners that are meant to hear this episode to the show to help benefit them for their highest good. Amen. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. So let's dive in. Hi, welcome to the Naturally Empowered Living podcast. This is your host, Jenna Smith. And again, so excited to be here. I want to jump right into this episode. Okay, so last week sometime, I shared a post to Instagram recently sharing just a little bit about my story and how I changed careers, right? Finding this path of work that I'm currently on. And a line, a sentence that I wrote, it's been sitting with me ever since. And at the time, I remember I was sitting down, my son was, going to be home in 10 minutes. So I was just not frantically writing this post, but I was just sitting there. And it just flowed out of me. I was just in this groove and I was just writing this post really quick and it just felt good. That sentence, it brought me so much joy ever since because I wrote, quote, "To say I am obsessed with life itself and helping you find your energy of alignment is an understatement." End quote. To say I am obsessed with life itself and helping you find your energy of alignment, that's an understatement to just say I am obsessed with it. That is I'm using my hands and I'm talking with so much body movement right now because that is it. It's that simple. And within that one sentence, there's so much depth there and passion and mystery and desire and growth and evolution and pain and grief and hardship. And this is my personal journey and my just reflection, right? But I share this with you because it can be that simple for you too. Sometimes we're looking so far outside of ourselves. We're looking, for this next right answer. And then those little pivotal perspective shifts or those aha moments or those subtle cues within your gut or that inner voice or just that feeling, that nudge, right? That inner knowing. That's a lot of times when the littlest things are the biggest things, right? It's in those moments to where you're and allowing yourself to be with them. I wrote that little sentence down and I've been sitting with it ever since because I don't know, it's that's it for me. That's just it. And I've just been so appreciative and grateful for that. And another kind of segue, I was actually just thinking of this right now as I was talking about that as, to say I'm obsessed. Well, anytime I hear the word obsessed, I think of Grant Cardone. Do you know who Grant Cardone is? I've grown a little softer and more embodied, let's say, over the past, 5 or so-ish years. But when I was in that hustle era, go, the beginning of my entrepreneurship, I felt like I always had to be in, be on, the hustle mentality, right? Grant Cardone, he was my spirit animal. He still is, but he's just this high energy, in your face, do it anyway type person. And at least that's how I perceived him then when I was in that stage of my life. And his book, Be Obsessed or Be Average, was a complete game changer for me. I want to reread that book now, like in this perspective of my life, this season of my life, since I've like so much has shifted for me. But anyway, like that just popped up in my head because he's the definition of like defying the odds, being committed, being creative, being innovative in what you do. Like I just love how he has always marched to the beat of his own drum, and he has so much success to stand for it. So like stepping into your energy of alignment, right? So coming back to like being obsessed with life itself. Like there's so much packed into that statement, and the story of my life, as all of our lives are, I'm sure. I've just sat with that statement and I've felt this just profound gratitude, right? Like being obsessed with life itself, the good, the bad, the ups, the downs, the learning. Like what is life, right? What is this human experience that we're in? And what really started this obsession and fascination with my learning and my being and all the things, what really started this obsession was meditation. And it's funny because I fell into meditation without even knowing what the hell I was doing. Think back to when you were a brand new mom. Like take a minute and just think back to those moments of being a first-time mom, brand new mom, 4th trimester, the blur, the complete stumbling, navigating what is life. That's when I found meditation. I was a new mom. I was tired, overwhelmed, completely lost in the 4th trimester blur, had no idea what life was. In those moments, though, of, the nursing that when I was nursing Jace, or when I was rocking him to sleep, or any moments that I had to try to gather myself, when he was crying and I was like, Lord, help me find peace and calm in this moment right now, I turned to prayer. And through that time, what I found was that my prayer, it was something so much more. It wasn't just me talking to God. Of course I was, but it was also me just being. It was me just breathing. It was me, recollecting those hard moments of the day. It was me rehearsing how to maybe approach it differently next time. It was me healing. It was me resting. It was whatever I needed in those however many moments that I had. And now fast forward, 5-ish years later, like meditation has grown to still be this daily ritual within my life. And that's why I chose to get certified and help other people find their moments of peace and healing too, because I know how much it impacted and is still constantly impacting my life. So it's crazy because as I was going through this 200-hour certification that I'm nearing the end, it's crazy. I can't believe it. But as I was listening to the training modules and the instruction and the lessons and all these things, I was brought back to those early days for me to now, at present time, piecing these parts of the puzzle together. I had no idea I was meditating then, right? I was like, oh my gosh, I was doing this all along. And the magic here, and this is what I really want to drive home, is meditation, it's instinctive. It's natural. Your body already knows how to meditate. The ability, it's built in, right? Your body is so smart. It's so magical. And meditation is an aspect of the body's just innate survival, right? It's good for healing. It's good for balancing. It's good for adapting to the environment. It's good for resting, recharging, renewing, creating, greater awareness, alertness, innovation for you. Because you're connecting back to yourself. You're connecting back, letting your body go through its natural processes. Maybe today I need to heal. Maybe today I need to recollect. Maybe today I need to rehearse how I'm going to do this tomorrow a little differently. The body loves meditation because it has the opportunity, the time to instinctively fall into this meditative state when we allow it to. When we allow it space to do what it instinctively knows how to do. And I was piecing together these frameworks that I was learning and how that fit into my already meditation practice. It was truly magical. And of course, I learned so much. I've learned so much. I've tweaked so many things. I've transformed and fine-tuned. And I'm so blessed to have this ability to become certified in instinctive meditation. And I want to talk a little bit more about it. I want to talk about how you can utilize and how the techniques of meditation arise naturally within the body. Because people fall into meditative states naturally, spontaneously, maybe for a moment here, a moment there. Like, I want you to think about those moments where you feel so at peace or just so happy. Like, like my heart needed this right now, right? Like that border of like you're falling into this meditative state. Like maybe you're listening to music. It just feels so good. Maybe you're watching a sunset. I feel so calm and at peace. Maybe you're immersed in nature and literally are grounding yourself. Maybe you're fishing or hiking or cooking. My husband is an avid hunter, but like shed hunting to him, it is like, that is his zen. Like that is his state. Like there may be moments when you are so restful or so at peace, but you're so awake inside. Like your body is constantly going, 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 even if you are at peace and calm and restful and still. And in meditation, you learn to like extend these, spontaneous moment here, moment there moments of, that meditative state. And you can turn them into an actual meditation ritual, an actual, technique or a practice that you set aside time to do every day, every morning, every evening, every afternoon, every fiver, right? We know fivers on this show. So when you make this a ritual or put it into a technique, that's when you give it, this meditative name, right? Like you give into this meditative process for that consistent time of 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes versus just a minute here or a minute there. And you allow yourself to be led deep within. You allow yourself to be and do as your body naturally arrives, like at what your body naturally needs. So like there's no right answer. A lot of times, sometimes I direct a meditation for myself. Sometimes I do like self energy healing, or sometimes I like need to pray. Like I need a good prayer session. But sometimes I just sit, do a little quick breath work, and allow whatever to start to cycle and come to surface that needs to be attuned to, that needs to be attuned, let's say. Because you're creating this safe space for yourself. And within this space, like sometimes you might be led into like these realms of just like, oh, this is like so delicious. This feels so good. And other times you might feel like a wild animal. Like I just feel like I just need to move. I need to get out of my, like I feel like so antsy in my skin. Or other times you might feel hurting or resentment or anger. Like whatever arises in these moments of your meditation, you need to create this safe space for you to know that it's safe and it's trusted for you to allow them to arise, to just be. Because your body, like it will naturally heal itself. Because even if your mind is like, Jenna, what are you talking about? Like, how do I do it? How do I heal? Your body knows. To me, like this is the act of surrender. Like this is the act of letting go. Your body knows what it needs and it wants to constantly heal itself. It wants to work through what it needs to work through. And learning to tolerate the coexistence of, the opposites, the happy, the sad, the peace, the anger, the wild, the serene. Like that's such an intricate skill. It's a mastery of meditation because so often like we just want the happy, we just want the peace. We don't want the anger, we don't want the sad, But they have to coexist because it's life. We're going to have the hard. We're going to have the shit. We're going to have the anger. We don't want to deny anything. We don't want to shove it under the rug. We want to bring it out from under the rug and let it be and process and work through it. And meditation is that vessel to bring that awareness, to bring your entire being into whatever it needs to be brought into, right? Like we welcome the impulses, the emotions, the desires, and we pay attention to our inner selves, our inner lives without judgment. We're able to connect with ourselves, hold that space. And then we begin to appreciate, right? We still like it. We don't like to be mad. We don't like to have the hard. We don't like to have the stress. But we might see it in a little bit of a different lens. We might see through a different perspective to be able to maybe work through it easier or have a different, approach to it this time. Or maybe it is to be a little grateful for it, because what is this communicating to me? Like, we are so innately intelligent. Our instincts are sacred, and our natural movements and rhythms are magical. And engaging with this wondrous process of life, renewing, sustaining itself, healing itself on every level. Like, to me, it's foundational. And like, that is what meditation is. Like, we honor our instincts. We honor what we need. And meditation kind of puts that touch into this process, of existence to stay healthy and whole. And when we embrace our instincts consciously, alertly, with awareness and intent, it'll bring rise to like the riches and the gratitude and the awareness and the abundance of our life, because you're giving yourself permission to be alive and allow all parts of your being to shine in whatever way, whenever they need to, arise, right? And to be fully integrated when that time arises for when they want to surface. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So meditation is allowing life itself to inform, to reform, to transform your sense of yourself within the world, like within this human experience. The essence of instinctive meditation is simple. You'll allow a part of your life that you want to be with. Trust your senses, instincts, desires, rhythms, emotions, spontaneity, and love for life, and allow your meditation to be. What I love about instinctive meditation is you're allowing yourself to be in whatever state, in whatever feeling, in whatever awareness or upbringing, like whatever your body needs, you're allowing it to be and work through. Like, you're surrendering to your instincts. You're surrendering to what your body needs to repair. You're surrendering to what your body needs to replay, for what, that emotion or what you shoved under the rug earlier today and you didn't have time to process yet. Like, you're allowing yourself to naturally repair, to naturally heal, to thrive, to be whole, to increase your vitality. And the old stereotype of meditation, and this is something like that I always thought. So I don't know how familiar you are with meditation, but before I started this certification, I thought meditation was like, you're supposed to empty your mind. You have to be so straight lined. You're shutting off your thoughts. You just have to be like empty. Like, okay, I always say like, woosah, and I love, Zen and things like that. But that stereotype of like turning off and emptying and being so rigid, like, don't get me wrong, in this season of my life, like having little ones, I a lot of times I do strive for some stillness and some quiet, right? To like calm that nervous system, but it's not always, right? Sometimes I do have to process that emotion that I, shoved under the rug, or process this or work through that or replay something that happened that I don't think I handled very well, right? I love that about instinctive meditation. It's allowing what you need in those moments. It's like, sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes I have, a half hour. Like, it's so, so beautiful, and it has been completely life-changing. And now for me, it's time to begin my actual certification process. And part of that is to turn in a live instinctive meditation class that I host. I'm so excited. So, so excited and grateful to be offering you a free instinctive meditation class. So I would love, and I'm asking you, if you want to join this session that I do have to record and turn in for my certification, but it will only be viewed. It will not be public ever. It will only be viewed and like reviewed by my instructors and the, instinctive meditation, like faculty, let's say. I do not have a set date for this recording yet. Hopefully it will be sometime in September or early October at the latest. However, I do know though that it will be virtual. It will be held on Zoom. It will be recorded. So if you cannot attend live, I would still be happy to send you the actual recording for you to do the meditation whenever you want to, like at your convenience. And if you do attend live, I could still send you the recording also. Also, if you attend live, I will have to have you sign a participation waiver, just stating that I'll be recording the session, I'll be sending this video in for certification requirements, just essentially that you just are aware of that. And what the meditation will be, I did already pick this out. It's going to be finding your natural doorways into meditation. And the intention of this meditation is to connect with yourself, to connect with those natural, instinctive ways for you to meditate. Because meditative experiences, what we talked about, they happen spontaneously when we are immersed in something that we love. Like whenever our heart, feels happy, or we feel excited, or we just feel refreshed or at peace, we could come back and relive those experiences within meditation. And the class itself will run between 45 minutes to an hour, so probably give yourself an hour. What else? Once I finalize the date and time, you will be the first to know via the email that you provide on the form that I will have you fill out. Just a quick name, email, couple, 2 questions, if you're interested in joining. So that will be in the show notes, that link to fill out the form. And again, also the cost is completely free. This is you helping me, but also I know that this session will bless your life in some way. So thank you so much, for considering to be a part of this certification process for me and for you to have a free instinctive meditation session class. Yay. So if you have any questions, email me at hello@naturallyempoweredliving.com. And if you want to join the upcoming class, go check out the link in the show notes, fill out that form. It'll take you 2 minutes. And I cannot wait to send you more information about it. Oh, I'm so excited. So, okay, until next week, as always, simply be you. You have everything inside of you to learn your energy of alignment and be unapologetic in who you are. I'm sending my love and so much light.
Did you find this episode relatable or empowering? Peace with my love of you. Yay.
Thank you for spending this sacred time with me on Naturally Empowered Living. I pray this episode has brought you a step closer to tuning into your energy of alignment. And if it has, please consider leaving a written review sharing how this show has impacted you. Your feedback truly lights me up and helps other moms find their way to this community. And if it feels right, please share this episode with another mom who might be struggling to remind her that she's never alone. Be sure to check the show notes for more ways to connect and explore how we could work together to reclaim your power and deepen your relationship within. Thank you. I appreciate all you are and all you do.